how an anti-abortion flag got flown over City Hall is this. Someone asked. The flag was flown in conjunction with the annual pro-life protest that takes place on Parliament Hill, something that the city has acknowledged every year with a proclamation. But it turns out acknowledging a legal protest is one thing, flying the cause's flag over City Hall is something else entirely. This is what the flap is all about. A flag for the National March for Life flying over Ottawa City Hall. The massive anti-abortion march is an annual event on Parliament Hill, a legal protest the city has acknowledged every year.
They've always had a proclamation, but there's never been a flag.
But this year, an individual requested, and the city clerk's office granted the flying of a flag, and it became a lightning rod.
Something like this is not something I believe City Hall should have stepped in on.
Social media lit up. Vicky Smallman tweeted, "I could not be more disgusted and ashamed of my city than I am right now." And city councillors weighed in.
Well, it was shock that it was up at all, and disappointment.
Several councillors signed a letter demanding the flag come down, and by mid-afternoon, it did. But that angered the pro-life side, who say they are being denied freedom of speech.
My message is that they are bigots. Now, I know that's a strong word, but they are infringing on my rights as a taxpayer.
They seem to fly every other flag, like Pride and all those, so why not pro-life flag?
The tyranny will start to happen when we're not allowed to put up flags of our choice, so let's hope against that.
The mayor says flags flown at City Hall are meant to be unifying, not divisive. And while there's technically nothing to stop this flag being flown, he is happy it's down, and he's asked for a review of protocol.
I think there was obviously a communications problem between the group or the individual that asked for it and the city clerk's office. But, mistakes are made, and we have to learn from them and move on and come up with a policy that is better and fairer, and it doesn't get us into these divisive debates.
And flying over City Hall for now, the city's stylized O for Ottawa. One that's hopefully not O for offensive.
So this is Jim Watson, of course, the Ottawa mayor, saying, "I am pleased to report the anti-abortion flag has been taken down. I've asked again for a complete review of the city's policy." Ottawa City Councillor Catherine McKenney, one of the 7 councillors who demanded that the flag be taken down. She joins us now from our Ottawa studio to talk some more about this. What was your initial reaction, councillor, when you saw that flag?
Well, it was shock that it was up at all, and disappointment, and there were several of us that came together almost immediately to wonder why that flag was up.
So typically on March for Life Day, how would the day be marked?
In the past, it has been marked with a proclamation, and I also feel that going forward, we should not make that proclamation again. The proclamation and the flag kind of go hand in hand, and our policy, I'm of the opinion that our policy, the way it's written, prevents us from proclaiming right to life. It's clear that we don't proclaim anything that supports individual conviction. And while anyone has the right to disagree with abortion, and they can express that right, they can even march. We do not, as a city, we should not be publicly proclaiming that in our public space.
Why did you see the raising of the flag as crossing the line when, as you say, there have been proclamations on the day in the past?
I'll be honest, I've never been comfortable with the proclamation, and this year in particular, with what's happening just a few blocks away at our clinic on Bank Street, where we have heard many accounts of women who are being assaulted, who are being harassed. It sends the wrong message for us to proclaim right to life. The flag, for me, was completely stepped over the line, and it should never have been flown. As a woman on council, as a gay woman on council, as a mother, I have to say it was very difficult for me to be at City Hall in that building today with that flag flying out front. And I know that many, many people, many of my, my colleagues and hundreds of people that we heard from across the city felt very much the same way.
What has been happening at the clinic? How long has that been going on?
We started to hear, complaints from women. There was an article that had been written a few weeks ago in the Toronto Star about some of the accounts at the clinic, the abortion clinic here on Bank Street, just a few blocks from City Hall. At the time, the mayor and I made an official inquiry to staff, to our legal staff, asking what are our options to provide an injunction for a bubble zone injunction against protesters so that they can't get close to women and staff who are entering that clinic. We expect to get that response any day and take action on that. And again, today, with the proclamation and the flying of the flag, we just felt that it was so important to take a very strong stand to make sure that it came down.
I don't know whether you found out in your report what has instigated this change at the clinic as far as women being harassed.
What I'm hearing is that it's always happened, that women have often been harassed, and it just came into the public fore in the last few weeks. I instantly started to hear from women from across the city who had horrible experiences of protesters following them, yelling at them, in some cases spitting on them. And we have got to find a way to protect women who are entering a healthcare clinic. We wouldn't allow it anywhere else, and we can't allow it to happen here. So we are awaiting, like I say, we made the inquiry. We're waiting from our legal staff on our next steps and what we can do to provide a zone around that clinic so that nobody can go, nobody can protest within, 500 meters or whatever the bubble zone would be.
All right, we've got to leave it there. Ottawa City Councillor Councillor McKenney joining us today. Thanks for your time. I appreciate that.